Hey everyone, GameSpot's live coverage of E3 2010 continues. It's been a great day so far. We've got amazing games to show you. We still got Portal 2. We still got some good stuff coming. But check this out. Right now, I've got legends on stage from the gaming industry and the wrestling industry. We're going to take a look at WWE All Stars from THQ. And I want to introduce my guest first. There in the end, man, what a pleasure to have you here. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Thank you for being here.
It's great to be here. Thank you, buddy.
WWE superstar Cody Rhodes is here as well. Welcome. And Sal Divita from THQ San Diego, the man behind WWE All Stars.
Yeah, well, again, it takes a lot of people to make a game, so I'm not the man behind it, but definitely we have a great team that's participating in this project.
Awesome. Well, I want to talk about the game, but let me first talk a little about E3 with you guys. Dusty, is this your first E3, and if so, what do you think about the show?
Yeah, it's the first time I've been to anything like this. It's amazing show to where you see actually so much stuff come to life. And animation and people walking around in outfits that 9 foot tall, man, is amazing, and then being of course with us and THG and being over at WWE Universe and being able to be with my son and see this new game that we have coming out also. That's great. It's really cool. I'm learning a lot about it too. Yeah. Not being a gamer myself like Cody is, but I know who Zelda is.
This has been trial by fire for him, man. This is a whole new world. It's cool for him to see it and be able to see how we've combined the greatest superstars from the past with today's current roster. Just
Cody,
great.
E3 seems like your world, man. It seems like you're pretty comfortable here.
I grew up reading all the different publications, about which game made a big impact at E3, and for me to actually see it for the first time from this perspective, where I'm here talking about a game that I'm on, that my dad's on, that these guys have just made. It's just a great body of work. It's very special.
Awesome. Well, Sal, let's talk about the game. You were on our show a few weeks ago. We talked a little bit about WWE All Stars, but for those that missed it, what is this game all about?
Yeah, well, THQ wanted to make an extension to their WWE brand of game. They do SmackDown versus Raw, the juggernaut of our Sim title. We are trying to take the WWE license and take it to a different direction. This direction is going to be a very fast-paced, very high-impact, low downtime type of game. Right. So you're not on the ground for very long. It's not about groundwork or anything like that. It's about fast action. It's about hard hits, and it's about taking the characters that have been developed by the superstars and taking them to a level where you can have fun with it. Yeah. We enhance the moves, we enhance the look of the characters. The characters are, well, in the case of the characters we have Rock and Cena. Right. They're beefed up, but different guys have, depending on their body style, will have a different stylization to their bodies as well. And then that stylization goes along with the stylization of the movesets that we have in our game. Sure. Our movesets are not as simulator, they are exaggerated. They are larger than life. Right. I have to pay that guy a royalty over there for saying that. He's the one who coined it. And we have, and so as you can see when you look at the footage of the game, guys are jumping higher, they're slamming harder, there's effects on moves. It's really, we're taking their movesets and putting a twist on it, and I think it's something really exciting and hasn't been done in a long time.
You can't help but look at how high they are up.
It was amazing to watch you when he was talking about it. Yeah. And right there, oh man, that's amazing stuff. Who wouldn't want to play that? Old men like me want to play that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Dusty, you ever been that high up in a ring?
No, usually when I would get the bionic elbow, but no, I haven't been up that high. Not as high as that. That's higher than high right there.
But I'll tell you what they've created here, and the coolest thing is that this is what it feels like. Like what you left that show thinking you saw. When I was a kid growing up and watching Shawn Michaels, watching my dad, I thought these guys were 8 feet tall. I thought, Shawn Michaels was going to super kick somebody and their head was going to explode. And in All Stars, it's pretty close to what you felt. It looks like what you felt. So they've captured something that I don't think anybody even knows how cool it is. It's really special.
And that's what you wanted to get across, right?
Exactly right. Also, for people like Dusty who don't play video games, we want to make the game easy to pick up and play and have fun with. But then, of course, we want to add the depth into the game where you feel like you can master it. By practicing it, you can master the deep style of gameplay that we're trying to put in.
Go ahead, Dusty.
I started when he said I don't play video games. I got a confession. About a year and a half, I started playing video games when Legends came out. when they brought the new game, man, Cody had showed me a little bit about it, and then I got to where I was really I play it a lot. That's why I'm looking forward to playing, All Stars. SmackDown 2010, 9, 10, 11. You gotta be on top of your game to know what's going on with SmackDown and Raw.
It's a different kind of game.
Yeah, I'm just punching one button here. But they brought something here to life for guys like me that's really cool.
So speaking of that, tell me about the controls. How do you play this game?
Yeah, again, like I said, the controls are fairly simple. Standard punch, strong punch, standard grab, strong grab, and then by combining those button combinations together, you can get a variety of things to happen. You're chaining things together. One of the focuses we have on the game is combination moves. So we have pre-built combination combos that the design team has put in, but then based on how you play, you can get people into different states and chain things together that weren't set up that way. They're just by chance, not chance, by circumstance of the state that your victim is in, your opponent is in, and then what buttons you press, because our responsiveness is so high. Right. But after you do one move, you can quickly perform a different move, and then quickly perform a different move after that, and so on, which allows this fluid style of chaining things together.
It's really fluid and it's really fast. You can't help but notice the speed of this game.
Right. That's right, and that's one of the main focuses. That's what stands us apart from other games, is that we're not trying to be totally realistic. We want people to just have this quick, moment-to-moment gameplay. We want them to react and respond to the attacks coming at them. Not a lot of downtime, being laying on the ground. But at the same time, we want to maintain the wrestling roots of what the license is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like the welts. They get the welts.
They get bruised up. They get a little damage there. Yeah, we're not going to do anything grotesque, but we'll go to that level there. Yeah.
Cody, I know you've seen your share of welts.
Yeah, and it's good to see that people can know a chop is going to leave a big handprint across your chest or something like that. What I'm just admiring here is that SmackDown vs. Raw in the past has been a sports game, and we're an entertainment company. We've been trying to get that across, and it's very much the case. This game, I've played all the fighting games that I can think of, from the Soul Caliburs to the Tekkens to the Mortal Kombats. This is a fighting game, and it's one of the better ones I've ever seen, and I'm just really giddy about the time when WWE people, it's always the undercard, it's always the dark horse in the race. This is going to be one of the better fighting games of 2011.
The last time we spoke, you were talking about that. You were saying this game has a lot in common with a fighting game.
That's right. Very true. Yeah. But I want to stress that we are still trying to be a wrestling game. Right. But definitely, we play a lot of fighting. We take our lead from the fighting game genre. So.
You see the mid-air juggles. Tell me about that. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. One of the things that we've recently implemented is the ability to pop people up in the air. But we do it from a wrestling game. As a wrestling game, you slam him on the mat, he bounces into the air, and you can either grab him from the air and perform a different move to him, or you can strike him a few times, let him juggle up, and depending on the position that he gets into, you can grab him from there and perform something else altogether to him. So it's, like I said, a fluid, this fluid way of chaining things together.
Absolutely. I think I saw one of Rock's, one of his taunts. Big deal in this game.
Something else here. We're watching something that is never going to take place. Right. Cena against The Rock. Right. So you have that opportunity. We're all sitting here watching this thing like for a minute. We're there. I mean, this is Cena and The Rock. I wonder what the Rhodes is against the DiBiase's. What would happen there? I mean, so it's cool stuff, man.
Great thing when you mix up the roster a little bit. Tell me about, I know you can't tell me the whole roster, but it seems like you have a mixture of current guys and guys that go a bit back.
That's exactly right. The legends that have made this business what it is, to the superstars who are making the business what it is and beyond. And that's what it's all about, is what would happen if you could fight, the legends versus the current day superstars and their counterparts. Going back, some guys in the past kind of are equivalent to guys here. And what would it be like to fight those two together?
Well, I've got a ton of questions coming in from the audience. You want to take a few? All right. People are asking about the different kinds of modes in this game. What can you tell us in terms of modes?
Other than what we see right now, I'm not allowed to talk about anything that we don't see yet.
But it's not just this,
It's not just this. Right. Now, there'll be many of the things that you want a wrestling game to have. We are not going to be as feature-wide as SmackDown versus Raw. But the many modes that'll keep people satisfied and make them enjoy the style of play.
A lot of people asking about the art style again, and I'm curious, when you were in the beginning stage of this game, was this a risk for you doing the over-the-top style, or how
Could have
did you
been,
look at it?
depending on how we did it. It could have been a huge risk, and yeah, you know what? We all had our questions about it, but we tried several different things. We knew that we didn't want to go too cartoony, where people might say, "Hey, that's just way too over." So we kept it based in reality. The flesh looks very realistic. The body styles are in this case they're hulked up, but they're just meant to be stylized. Like I said, according to what their real body style is. So we're exaggerating it so that people, and stylizing it so that people know that it's not just a sim game, and they accept the movesets that we incorporate into the game as well, because it fits.
But I also remember you telling me that different wrestlers will play differently in this game, right? Tell me about that.
Yeah. Well, we have different styles of play. In this case right here, we have 2 brawlers, but there's also grapplers, there's acrobats, and there's big men. Going from that standpoint, each guy has each class will have their way of playing, and then on top of that, each individual character will have their special things that they do, that they bring as a unique way of playing the game.
Awesome. I keep getting it. You may not be able to answer it, Sal, but is there a creator wrestler in this game?
I want to tell you the answer to that so bad,
All right.
but I can say that people will be happy with the feature set that we provide them with.
Okay. Cody, I got to ask you, have you played this?
Yeah, I got a chance to play it earlier.
What'd you think?
I thought, it reminds me a lot of Street Fighter 4.
Oh, really?
And I love Street Fighter 4. Just the over-the-top art style, and I got to admit, I think it'll take the place of my favorite, because we do a lot of online play, amongst the guys I work with and the boys on the roster here. And I'll tell you, there'll probably be a competitive rivalry brewing between some. It's just everybody wants to see themselves in this type of light, and they've really captured it.
Yesterday we had Eve Torres and The Miz here to show off SmackDown, and somebody asked who was a better dancer, The Miz or Victor Kozlov, so I have an actual wrestling question for the both of you. Tom Clark from the UK wants to know, in your opinion, who do you think is going to win the WWE Championship match Sunday at the Fatal 4-Way?
The WWE Championship? That's a tough one. Randy Orton. Randy Orton.
Well, he's part of the legacy group. I would say Randy Orton too.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Randy Orton.
Randy Killer.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to pick Randy Orton.
Do you have a prediction, Sal?
You know what? You never know. I just want to see a really good show. Yeah.
Well, whatever happens, you can bet it's going to be on one of his games. Yeah.
So tell me about the research for this. Did you guys watch a lot of wrestling and go back in the archives?
Still, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We still watch wrestling. Again, they're the greatest influence to this. We watch everything they do. We try to take what they do, what they've done in the past, and try to incorporate whatever we can into the game. The team is very focused on wrestling. We love it. We talk about it often. And actually, just as a quick note, I want to mention the team. The team that's working on this is a new team to THQ. Right. We've done wrestling games in the past. The top guys of our team, the senior staff of our team is great. You can see the quality of the game, focused on quality. Great art style, great tech, great tool sets that we have. Again, they're also avid game players. When we do something that just doesn't feel right or look right, we get everybody squawking about it. It's like, hey, this isn't right, this isn't right. Look at this game, look at this game, look at this game. So very focused on making sure that we get the best product for both ourselves, because we like playing our own games, and for our players.
People keep asking questions I'm not sure you can answer, but I have to ask, online?
There will be an online aspect to this game, and I can't go any further into all the details.
There's a lot of time left. We're gonna probably see this game some more throughout the year, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, let's see. What else we got? I can barely keep up with the questions. We have so many questions coming in. It's good news. So, Dusty, did you have a chance to play this?
Yeah, this morning when Cody was playing around with it there, I stood beside him and watched it. I just want to say one thing though too, is where you were talking about taking risk, and creating this game was a risk taker for everybody. But it's like WWE and Vince's philosophy on the universe and the way entertainment should be. It's all a risk, and I think this just shows you what WWE and the universe and our entertainment company and the THQ and putting it all together. It's risks are great, man. If you don't take them, you'll still be pedaling a boat down in Louisiana somewhere. You know what I mean?
Cody, I talk to a lot of athletes in this job, and they always say they never get used to seeing themselves in a game. What's that like?
It's really, words can't describe, because it's everybody remembers what it was like when they had the more fundamental tools of the create a wrestler and some of the older 64 games, you know, when I was growing up, and I still have a cartridge that has my create a wrestler on it. And then to actually see what it turns out to be as time goes on. And the first time I saw myself on SmackDown versus Raw, I thought I was just transfixed by the fact that I have a mole on my chest right here, and that the Cody Rhodes I was seeing on the screen had that very same mole. And I thought, there are kids out there, there's a kid somewhere going, no, you know what? I'm not going to be John Cena, I'm going to be Cody Rhodes. And that honestly is the coolest feeling in the world.
So when you guys are putting wrestlers onto the roster for All Stars, tell me about how you're, what you're doing with attributes and how you're setting wrestlers apart from one another.
Well, again, that's a tough thing to do. And there's a balancing act there, because we don't want to make any one wrestler better than any other wrestler. So it's all about balance. It's about, you know, if whatever any one wrestler seems to have or superstar seems to have that seems to be powerful, we have to make sure that everybody else has something else like that as well. Because in a game like this, it's based on combat, it's all about balance. For every attack or every power anybody has, there has to be a counter power to that, or a counterpart to that. So it is a tough thing to do, you know, so it's all a balancing act.
We got a question from Ken Pereira from Fall River, Massachusetts. He wants to know if you played the new Zelda game. He's talking about the Triforce on your boots.
Today was actually the first I'd ever got to see it, and I'm more than geared up for the next adventure for League. I will say the sad thing is, though, I've had the Triforce on my boots for 3 years now, and the boot company that makes my boots just sent me a pair sans the Triforce, so I'm heartbroken. I've got to find another way to get it in, whether it's on my jacket or on my trunks. It's always going to make it, and people always ask me if that's a symbol of something for myself or something that I'm trying to market, and I never lie. I tell them straight out, it's the Triforce, because that to me, I spend more time, you can ask him, than playing games as a kid than I did playing outside. So, you know, that was my books and my movies was video games. So I'll always find a way to get Link across somehow, some way. Even though you don't know how much slack I get from the WWE's elder statesmen, the locker room. Triple H has no idea who Link is, has no idea who Zelda is, and when I try to explain it, it's like he looks at me like I've got 3 heads. So I'm doing it no matter what. No matter what.
I love it. I love actual video game knowledge, man. I love it. I get off on that stuff. Well, hey, guys, thank you so much for being here. Sal, let me ask you, of course, when's this game coming out?
Early 2011, all right? And available on all the major systems, so.
Dusty Rhodes, thank you. And Cody, thank you. Sal Divita, thank you for being here. WWE All Stars coming in 2011. Right now, we're going to go into a segment on the show floor. We'll be back.